Hi, Mark Sinatra Blake here from Grounded.com. Today I'm going to answer the big question everyone has about grounding socks. Are they really any better than regular socks when it comes to keeping you grounded? Well, first let's talk about what grounding socks are. They are just like regular socks in that they help protect your feet against blisters, they keep your feet warm, but not too hot, and I'll explain that in a minute. They also have conductive threading in them, which means that they will conduct electrical energy, and earth energy is electrical energy, and thermal energy. So your feet don't get too hot or too cold. They are thermoregulatory. So what makes their threading conductive? Well, grounding socks are made of the same materials as other socks. A lot of the grounding socks that we use are made of organic cottons. There are wool blends. Some grounding socks use nylon. Most of them are a blend of a bunch of different things, but they all have conductive threading. And some use pure silver threads. True 47, for example, and Harmony 783 are woven with pure silver threads, which also means that they're not cheap because silver is a precious metal. So Bahé, one of the grounding shoe brands that we recommend, also makes grounding socks. They're nice and soft, and they are woven with stainless steel threads instead of silver, but stainless steel is a metal and is also conductive. Bahé also makes a very fun 5-toed grounding sock. I love wearing these inside on my grounding mat when I'm working here at my desk. So I'm going to show you today how well they conduct using an earthing mat that I have at my feet. The earthing mat is plugged into the third prong of the electrical outlet behind me, which is the ground port, so it's tapping into the ground energy. And that's how earthing devices work. And I'm also going to be using a product tester from Earthing that is plugged into another third prong in a different outlet, which is also that ground energy. You turn on the product tester. There's a disc on the back that you put your finger or your thumb on, and this is going to show you when you place your feet on a conductive surface, like a grounding mat indoors or on the earth outside, to see that you are grounded. So what I'm going to do here is I have this turned on, my finger's on the back. You can see it's not lit up. Now I'm going to put my foot with the Bahé grounding sock on the grounding mat. As you can see, a green light lights up. And that shows me that there is continuity between this mat and my body. I am grounded. So the grounding energy is coming through the ground port, through the wire, into the mat, through the sock, which is conducting the energy into my feet, and going up into my finger, which is touching this disc. So I am indeed grounded. Now, I take my foot off, and I'm ungrounded. Grounded when it's on, ungrounded when it's off. Grounded when it's on, ungrounded when it's off. And while we're talking about earthing, Earthing also makes a pair of grounding socks. And these are really special in that you can wear them with grounding shoes, but they also have snaps on them. And you plug them in, much like a grounding device. I'm using the same cord here as the mat. And you can actually plug into the wall and ground with these socks inside your house. So if you need an excuse to curl up on the couch and watch a movie for 2 hours, put on your earthing socks, plug in, don't forget they're on because you don't want to trip over the wire if you suddenly get up to use the bathroom or grab something from the kitchen, right? But you put on these socks and you can ground, and they're super cozy at night. Another sock challenge. Let's try this nice pair of cozy wool socks, at least some wool blend that I would wear in the deep winter here in the Northeast. And I'm going to pair them with, let's do a pair of True 47, made in the USA, silver threaded socks. Got my water bottle handy in case I need it. So first, let's look at the True 47s. Got my tester. There they are, grounding me. Now what about the wool socks? I'm going to step back. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. So what I'm going to do is spray them simulate sweat. Oh, they're dripping down on the mat. I'm going to put them down, and the light goes on. So again, these regular socks will ground me, but not unless I'm sweating. And I just really don't sweat that much. We also have the earthing socks. Try these on here. And the earthing socks will have a challenge with, these awesome handmade cotton socks. Okay. Let's do the earthing socks first. I am grounded. And the cotton socks. Not grounded. But, again, nice and wet. Oh, I'm grounded. Okay, so if you sweat a lot in your shoes and you sweat every time you're out there, then go for regular socks. You probably don't need grounding socks. But if your feet tend to stay drier more often than not, grounding socks are the way to go. A couple things with grounding socks. Where do you wear them? You wear them with grounding shoes outside on a conductive surface to soak up the ground energy. You can also use them in your home with an earthing device such as this universal mat. So you can keep your feet nice and warm and toasty in the winter while you ground on your mat. Another way to do it is while you're sleeping. If you don't want to plug in while you're sleeping, you just do the same thing. You have a mat, you could put it at the foot of your bed and ground that way. If you have a sleep system already, like an earthing mattress cover or a sleep mat, you just make sure that your feet are on that mat directly with the socks, and you will ground that way. The feet are a great place to be grounded because there's so many nerve endings down here, and the meridian channels are down here. Okay, so what else about grounding socks? Grounding socks are relatively easy to take care of. You don't want to throw them in the wash on hot. You don't want to use harsh detergents. I wash mine in a cold cycle, or sometimes I just wash them by hand. I let them soak for a while, and I use a really mild dish detergent. And then you line dry them, or you can air fluff them in the dryer. Just don't use any heat. So to learn more, please head over to Grounded.com and go to our grounding socks page. And on that page, we will have our favorite recommended brands listed. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please email me at march@grounded.com. And until I see you next, happy trails. They're better when grounded.